Mixed emotions as Max Verstappen reflects on Red Bull's preseason testing at Bahrain. After the final day of preseason testing concluded at the Bahrain International Circuit on Friday, Max Verstappen shared his thoughts on the progress Red Bull Racing has made, revealing a blend of optimism and caution for the upcoming Formula One season. While the reigning world champion expressed satisfaction with certain aspects of the team's performance, he also acknowledged that there is still considerable work to be done. Verstappen's comments came after a week of intense evaluation, where teams sought to gather crucial data ahead of the start of the new season. Red Bull had been one of the most anticipated teams following last year's dominant performance, but as the drivers exited their cars for the final time, Verstappen highlighted the importance of continued improvements. Overall, it's been a productive test, but we still have a bit of work to do, Verstappen stated. We're happy with the performance of the car in certain areas, but there are still some aspects we need to address before we hit the ground running in the first race. Throughout the testing days,
their time on the track was marred by a few minor issues,
pushed the limits of their new RB20 before the season opener. Their time on the track was referred to a few areas where the car could be enhanced, which the team is keen particularly in terms of balance and tire management. Verstappen referred to a few areas where the car could be enhanced, we did manage to get some valuable particularly in terms of balance and tire management. But as always, the competition is fierce, and we did manage to get some valuable best if we want to maintain our edge. But the other teams are working hard, the competition is fierce to do the same. And we know that we need to be at our best if we want to maintain our edge. Meticulous notes. The other teams are working to refine setups and make the necessary adjustments based on the data. Technical team has been taking Verstappen emphasized the significance of this testing phase and make the necessary adjustments, stating that it's vital to utilize this time to find solutions. Verstappen emphasized the significance of this testing phase. Verstappen knows the intensity of the championship battle will only escalate once the lights go out. Looking ahead, Verstappen knows the intensity of the championship battle will only escalate once the lights go out at the Australian Grand Prix. The first race is always a bit of a mystery, but we'll come prepared. There's a lot of excitement and anticipation in the air, but we need to ensure we're ready on all fronts, he remarked. As the team heads back to the factory to analyze the findings from Bahrain, Verstappen's duality of feelings reflects the reality of preseason, a mix of hope and recognition of the challenges that lie ahead. With the curtain about to rise on the 2025 season, fans worldwide await the outcome of Red Bull's final preparations and Verstappen's drive to defend his championship title. In a bid to maximize performance insights, Verstappen took over driving duties from his new teammate Lawson, who had run extensive sessions the previous day. The young driver had demonstrated promising pace in the RB21, providing valuable feedback that contributed to the team's overall development during testing. On the final morning and afternoon sessions in the sizzling Sakir Desert, Verstappen engaged the RB21 in what was expected to be a pivotal day of testing. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation as the reigning champion analyzed the car's responses to varying setups and track conditions. Liam did a great job first day, and it was important for me to see how the car reacted with his feedback, Verstappen remarked. Every session is a chance to learn, and I'm trying to build on what we've established. The more we can fine-tune the car before the season starts, the better. As Verstappen clocked laps, he focused on refining the balance and understanding the nuances of the car's dynamics. His role was vital in ensuring that the adjustments made during Lawson's sessions translated effectively to his driving style, allowing for a smoother transition as the team prepared for the competitive season ahead. Lawson, who has been gaining experience with Red Bull, expressed his eagerness to contribute further. It's been a fantastic experience working with Max and the entire team. Every lap I drive helps me learn, and I'm excited for what's to come, he stated. Back on track, Verstappen meticulously strategized each lap, aiming to push the RB21 to its limits while providing the engineers with crucial data about tire performance and fuel loads. His leadership and experience were clear as he navigated the challenges of the Sakir circuit, ensuring that Red Bull emerged from testing with a clearer picture of their potential. As the sun set on the desert, Verstappen concluded the final day of preseason testing with a sense of determination. We're getting there, but it's all about consistency and speed, he said. We'll use the next days to prepare for the first race and come back ready to fight. With Lawson's fresh input and Verstappen's veteran command, looked poised to tackle the upcoming season together, as the Red Bull team remains focused on their goals of retaining championship glory.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, Max Verstappen wrapped up the final day of testing in a noteworthy position. The reigning four-time world champion finished the day second on the timesheets, clocking in just 0.0201 seconds behind Mercedes's George Russell. This tight margin accentuated the competitive nature of the season ahead. Verstappen completed a commendable 81 laps, each one meticulously gathering data that would be vital for the team. His performance wasn't merely about speed. It was a strategic accumulation of information, revealing insights into the car's behavior under different conditions and settings. Finishing close to George is a good indicator, Verstappen remarked. It shows that we are on the right track, but there's still work to be done. Every lap counts toward our overall performance. Throughout the day, Verstappen pushed the RB21 to its limits, experimenting with various configurations in search of the optimal balance. His feedback was crucial, laying the groundwork for the team's engineers to refine the car before the season opener. We're learning a lot about tire management and overall grip, which will be key in the races, he explained. The data we gathered today will help us make the necessary adjustments. Meanwhile, George Russell's impressive pace in the Mercedes hinted at a fierce rivalry brewing between the two teams. Verstappen acknowledged the challenge but remained focused on the task at hand, emphasizing the importance of teamwork and collaboration with his engineers. As the test concluded, Verstappen's spirits remained high. The season was still on the horizon, but the groundwork laid in the Sakir Desert seemed promising. "I'm excited for what's next," he said. "We'll keep pushing, and I believe we can fight for that championship once again." With Lawson's insights and Verstappen's expertise, the Red Bull team was gearing up for an exhilarating season, ready to take on the competition head-on. "I think we had a decent day today," Verstappen commented afterwards, reflecting on the final test session. "There were a few little problems, but overall, we completed quite a bit of what we wanted to do." His optimism was palpable, underscored by a focused demeanor that hinted at the champion's mindset. Throughout the day, Verstappen and the Red Bull team encountered minor issues, yet they managed to troubleshoot swiftly. "It's normal to face some challenges during testing," he explained. "What matters is how we adapt and improve from them." The feedback from his runs was invaluable. Verstappen's experience enabled him to pinpoint the car's strengths and weaknesses, facilitating precise adjustments. "The balance felt good in general, and we were experimenting with different setups that showed promise," he noted. Verstappen also praised the groundwork laid by Lawson during his earlier sessions. "Liam provided us with solid data, which helped us refine our approach today. It's great having feedback from a fresh perspective as we prepare for the season." As he reviewed the day's performance with the engineers, Verstappen emphasized teamwork and open communication. "We need to ensure that every goal we set for testing aligns with our larger objectives for the championship," he asserted. "Each lap is significant, and we want to ensure we're pushing the limits while remaining reliable." With the first race looming just around the corner, Verstappen remained undeterred by any lingering uncertainties. Instead, he focused on the positives. "I'm confident in our progress. The car has a lot of potential, and I believe we'll find ourselves in a strong position when the lights go out in Bahrain." In summary, the day concluded on a hopeful note, with Verstappen and the Red Bull team prepared to tackle the upcoming challenges, bolstered by their extensive testing learnings. The foundation was firmly set for what promised to be an exciting and competitive season ahead. Verstappen candidly expressed the uncertainty surrounding their performance levels compared to the competition, stating, "It is difficult to tell where everyone's pace is, so there is still a bit of work to do for us." His realistic approach highlighted the inherent challenges of winter testing, where teams often keep their true potential under wraps. Despite the ambiguity, Verstappen remained focused on his own team's development. "We have a solid foundation, and now it's about refining everything," he added, emphasizing the importance of their upcoming preparations. The team's dedication to getting the car dialed in was evident, as they meticulously analyzed data from the test sessions. Looking ahead, Verstappen conveyed excitement for the upcoming race weekend. "We are looking forward to starting racing properly again in Australia." The anticipation in his voice underscored the thrill of the first Grand Prix, where the competitive atmosphere shifts to on-track action. With a mix of determination and eagerness, he acknowledged that the testing phase was only a stepping stone toward their ultimate goal. "The real competition begins when the lights go out, and that's where we'll see how we truly stack up against everyone else." As preparations continued, Verstappen's confidence in remaining a contender was evident. "Each lap in Australia will give us more clarity on our performance, and we're ready to seize the opportunity." With a strong resolve, he and the Red Bull team were poised for the challenges that lay ahead, eager to showcase their hard work on the streets of Melbourne. Red Bull's technical director, Pierre Vache, echoed Verstappen's sentiments regarding the team's performance and the challenges posed by the recent testing sessions. After lengthy spells in the garage, where mechanics diligently carried out various changes to the car, Vache remarked, "We've been working hard to make adjustments, but it's been difficult to gauge our true pace against other teams." He elaborated on the complexity of data analysis, explaining that while the team made significant progress with their setups, determining how they compared to competitors remained elusive. "Each adjustment is crucial, and we need to ensure that when we make changes, they translate into performance gains on the track," Vache emphasized. His focus on the mechanical aspects was clear as he noted, "The team has been working tirelessly to optimize various components, and we're confident that our improvements will show in the upcoming race." Vache highlighted the collaboration among engineers and mechanics, noting their resolve in troubleshooting and testing multiple configurations. Looking ahead, he expressed anticipation for the upcoming season. "We've identified areas for improvement, and with each session we're getting closer to our ideal setup," he stated. The emphasis on continuous development was evident, as Vache remained optimistic about their prospects. In conclusion, while the uncertainty of their competitive standing lingered, Vache's and Verstappen's shared hopes underscored the resilience and determination of the Red Bull team as they prepared for the thrill of racing in Australia.